Okay, so we have a new project here. Pull this in called Designing a Keychain. It's a little bit of a project and a little bit of an assessment, excuse me, to see what you've learned and what you're capable of creating. So read through this as always. These funny characters here are the instructions, and you're really going to want to be able to see those and review them. I'm going to look right here at this criteria, in particular right now, as I begin to design. And I will show you guys an example of one you can do. Two options for this project. This would be option. So I'll move this over. I'll start with a new part. All right, so we're going to start a new sketch. As always, I like the XY plane. I'm going to start with a rectangle, and I'm not really too concerned about the size of the rectangle right now because I'm going to fix that right away. In the criteria, it says it can't be bigger than 3 by 3 inches. 3 inches is actually pretty big for a keychain, so I'm going to go 2.5 inches. And then dimension, let's see here. You know, I think 1 inch makes sense. That seems like a good keychain size. Play with this. I can make it slightly different, but like that, I think that'll work. What I look at it, I'm gonna do like, I'm gonna try 0.75, see if that looks. Okay, so we will finish this sketch. Okay, now we need to have a thickness no greater than 3/16 of an inch. So we'll extrude this. I'm just going to go with it's less than 3/16. Okay, and now I have a decent shape here that I can use. As I look at it, though, I want to fix some things right away. So let's fillet the corners. And I could have done this in the sketch. I could have done this, or I could do this three-dimensionally. I'm going to look at this straight on. 1.25 doesn't look like enough. Let's try 0.25. We'll do the same to here. This. And I'm going to use a new tool. I don't know if we've used it yet, called the chamfer tool. So let's use chamfer. So I'll chamfer the edges on the front side. Let's try that 0.25 again. See if I like that. And front view. Looks pretty good to me. I'll say okay. And now I got kind of the start of my keychain. I'm going to start a new sketch. We're going to put a little outline on this keychain. So let's go ahead and do a new sketch. And I'm going to geometry tool because I want to use this existing geometry. So that should give me an outside edge. And then I'm going to use the option tool. So click. I don't know. I want to make that a good dimension, a consistent dimension. So let's go like 0.05 sounds pretty good. See, maybe we'll change that later. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and extrude this here. And remember, I can't go beyond 3/16 of an inch. I've already gone 1/8. 1/8 is the same as 2/16. So I think of my distance here. Let's do 1/16. Okay, so now that should be my full depth of my shape. As I look at that, I'm kind of feeling like enough. So I'm gonna edit this. Something else. So I'm just gonna go. I expand my extrusion. I go to sketch 2. If I hover over, I can see that that's the sketch I want to edit. Double click on it. I'm gonna try and change this to 0.1. Seems like a little better there, and I'll show you why here. So now I'm going to come in here and make some edits to it. So I'm going to come back to this chamfer tool, and I want to chamfer the edges. I don't want these hard edges, so I'm going to go 0.05. And that's going to be too big. I can see right away that's too much. It's starting to give me some issues. So I'm going to go cancel. Let's go chamfer again. Let's change this to maybe 0.025. That's starting to give me a better little chamfer there. It's not too big. It's going to kind of soften my edges a little bit. I'll hit apply. Look at that. That's looking like a pretty good little keychain. All right. A couple other things we want to do this. Let's go ahead and put some text in here. So I'm going to go new sketch. I'm going to go on sketch on this plane. So again, I want to get, if I look at three-dimensional or isometrically, I want to get it on this inside. That's what I want to draw on. Okay. I'm then going to use the text tool. Put in a name. Stick with Tomaha. You can change to anything you want. I'm going to go selecting. I'm going to go bold. And I played with it a little bit, so I think a 0.4 might be a good size. Ah, that's too big. Okay. That's fine. And I'll just double click on this. And let's see. Let's go 0.25. Let's see if that's not big enough. So I'll double click on it again. Let's see. Probably select it. 0.35. Okay. This would be good. I'm going to move it a little bit to where I think it's kind of centered and I like it. Yep. All right, let's emboss it. I'm going to go with that 1/16 profile. Should be popping out this way, and emboss is what I chose. Let's see. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Okay. Like that, like that. Let's see, I might even put that a little bit, kind of look at it. Yeah. All right, all right. Taking it. I might play with this a little bit, and this is kind of more of an option. I don't even know how much of a difference this will make, but I might play with this chamfer tool a little bit. And let's say I go with 0.02, and maybe if I want to chamfer these letters, it might not work. I might not like it. Honestly, not sure how it's going to work on the rounded edges, but I could. Well, yeah. So then I can hit apply. It won't take me out of there, but I can see now the M is done. I'm gonna skip straight to the S to make sure I'm gonna get the S. I want to do it. That curve. I need to play with it a little bit more. That looks good. Apply. Yeah. Making that chamfer, so I'm gonna keep going. I lost my edges. There we go. The inside of this R. Apply. Apply. And this part, you may like this look, you may not like this look. It's not that big a deal. Cool. And there is a requirement that you do need to use the chamfer. Well, you might want to get it in there. Cancel. I'm done. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Almost done, except for, of course, if I'm doing a keychain, I have to way to attach it to the keychain. So we're going to do another sketch. I'm going to put it again on this face here. Okay. And I'm going to just draw a circle. Now, I could just randomly put a circle in some spot, but that's not what we're engineers. It's not what we're doing. We like precision. So I remember that I made this 0.75. So I'm going to select my circle. I'm going to select the top edge of this. I'm going to pull this out. 0.75, what's half of 0.75? That's a lot of math. So I'm going to go 0.75 divided by 2. Okay, and that should perfectly center my circle. Now I may not like how close that circle is to that edge. So let's pull this part. This would be a little bit more of a 0.3. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I don't think that spot. Well, let's give the circle dimension before we get too deep into this. Let's go. Good. But I'm not loving. And I'm going to delete this dimension because you can see that I don't like the way that dimension. I want to go to the center of the circle to here. That's 0.2 right now. I'm not loving that either. Let's go 0.25. Oh, that looks too close to my thing. So let's go. We'll split the difference. Point. Size. You don't want to get too small in this size. I wouldn't go any smaller, but I might play with it for a minute. 0.15. I'm going to go back to, I think, 0.15 is pretty small. I'm going to go back to it. Just like everything else, I'm going to do an extrusion. This time I'm going to not do create a joint extrusion. I'm going to do a cut. And it's going to ask me my distance, and instead I'm just going to go through all right here. I'm not going to have a distance. Hole in there, perfect for my keychain. So Myers keychain. I thought I needed to move my text. I could have gone back and found, well, my text is right here. Again, if you just hover over it, you'll see it. So my text was, there it is, right there under Emboss, Sketch 3. Okay, I could have double clicked on that. I could have moved it in here. All right, that is how you create a keychain. Remember, you can do it this way, or you can get creative and do your own for more credit. All right, enjoy.